All right, we're going to have a conversation with the advanced voice feature on Chat GPT. I want to know how organic materials turn into petrol and fossil fuels. I have no idea how that works, and I'm just going to see if it works as a tutor. I'm also going to give it some kind of curveballs like English slang and trying to pronounce my name. So let's see how it does. Hey ChatGPT, my name's Serj. It's spelled S-E-R-J, but you pronounce it like surge, like a surge of energy. I want you to address me as Serj, and we're going to talk about some cool topics, and you're going to tutor me on them so I can understand them better. Does that make sense?
Got it, Serj. Let's dive into some cool topics and break them down. What's first on your list?
Well, before we get into it, I just want to let you know that sometimes I use UK slang, and do you understand UK slang? Does any of that confuse you at all, or are you good with all sorts of like different little mannerisms and stuff in your conversations?
Good with UK slang, mate. Whether it's chuffed, knackered, throwing a wobbly, I'm here for it.
Amazing. Fabulous. Well, let's get on with it. So look, I don't quite know how organic matter turns into fossil fuels. Make it make sense.
All right, let's break it down. Imagine millions of years ago, plants and tiny creatures living, dying, and settling at the bottom of oceans or swamps. Over time, they're buried under layers of mud.
Yeah, but were there dinosaurs in that?
Not in the creation of oil and natural gas, which mostly comes from tiny plants and plankton.
But surely a dinosaur is stuck inside there at some point, and then the dinosaurs are in the fossil fuel. That must have to have happened.
It sounds wild, but it's actually rare for dinosaur remains to contribute to fossil fuel formation. Most fossil fuels come from plant material and tiny sea organisms.
Fair enough. Look, what are the main steps in the process to turn it from organic matter into fossil fuels that we consume in our cars? Like, walk me through that.
Right, here we first. Organic matter accumulates and gets buried under sediment. Over millions of years, it's compressed by layers of earth, heating up due to geothermal energy. This transforms it into a waxy substance called kerogen. With more heat and pressure, kerogen breaks down into liquid and gaseous hydrocarbons, forming crude oil.
Hold on, there's a lot of different terms going around here. Can you give me a list of all the key concepts I'm going to need to know? Just give me the top 10 concepts. Don't define them. Just make a list of the names and I'll research them later.
Sure. Here are the top 10 concepts. Organic matter, sedimentation, kerogen, hydrocarbons, crude oil, natural gas, geothermal energy, compression, fossilization, petroleum reservoirs.
Damn. Well, okay, now I've got the key concepts. Help me actually get some analogies so I can actually fit this into my mental model. What are some analogies that will help me understand this whole process a bit more? Like, try to explain it in terms of maybe food and cooking.
Think of it like making a dish. The organic matter is your raw ingredients. Sedimentation is like layering them in a pot. Compression and heat from the earth act like a slow cooker. Over time, these conditions cook the ingredients into a rich stew, which is your crude oil and natural gas. The pot is sealed, so nothing escapes.
Okay, perfect. I love it. I love it. It makes a lot of sense now. I want to know the key processes. So are there skills that someone who was going to work in the oil industry would need to know that would help them convert and work with these different processes? Like, walk me through that.
Absolutely. In the oil industry, there are several key skills and processes. Geology, understanding rock formations to locate potential oil reserves. Geophysics, using seismic waves to map underground structures. Drilling, techniques for safely and efficiently reaching oil deposits. Petroleum engineering, designing equipment.
Awesome. I love it. That sounds so fun. I would just love to work in the oil industry. Give me a test so I can put this into action. Give me something that I can do, like a project that would help me solidify this knowledge, maybe a kind of presentation or some kind of creative endeavor that solidifies these concepts, these processes, and these analogies.
How about creating a multimedia presentation that walks through the process of fossil fuel formation? You can include sections on each key concept using visuals and analogies.
That's a great idea. Okay, continue with your breakdown. Sorry, continue with your breakdown. That was so rude of me.
No worries at all. Here's how you could structure it. First, introduction slide. Brief overview of fossil fuels and their importance. Second, organic matter compared to raw ingredients in cooking. Third, layers in a pot analogy. Fourth, kerogen formation, the slow cooking process. Fifth, hydrocarbons. Explain crude oil and natural gas. Sixth, geothermal energy. Relate to the cooking heat. Seventh, petroleum reservoirs. Eighth, extraction techniques. Drilling as the final step. Real-world applications. How we use these fuels.
Thanks, Chat GPT. That's been really, really fun. I'm going to go do that project now, and I understand a lot more about all of these complex processes that turn organic matter into fossil fuels.